What up, you guys? Welcome to the channel where we make StarCraft into one of the most epic ways to play, win, and get reactions from people. What is going on, you guys? Happy Friday. Today we've got a pretty fun game. It looked like we almost lost. I'm going to be doing some surprise 300 Zerglings at the end. We'll also be doing some fast Nydus as well too. It's going to be a little bit trickier, but this game I managed to kind of trick them into going to certain positions so that I can go target the players that I want. So it's going to be pretty fun because we're going to get some pretty fun reactions for these guys. These guys are thinking that they're probably going to win this game. They got it in the bag, but a little to their surprise, in the end, they're going to be over swarmed with 300 Zerglings. So it's going to be pretty fun, guys. So hopefully you guys stick around and check this one out. So I'm playing as Zerg at 1 o'clock here. On my team, I have a buddy. Hey guys, if you guys like this sort of content, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun troll plays we're going to do on players. Like this one, and this one, and of course this one. And as always, guys, make sure to drop some thoughts, comments, or any fun ideas you guys may have. Alright guys, let's get back to the game. He's Terran over at 3 o'clock. I've got also another buddy. He's Terran as well too over at 11 o'clock here. And then we have a pub. This pub is not good, so he's going to die pretty soon. On the away team, we've got as well too 4 friends. These guys are friends. We joined their game. They're not bad. I'd say they're probably just hovering around good. So category 3, 4-ish out of 8 that I have here. We've got another Zerg, stimmed up. You guys have seen him on a few videos as well. You guys have seen Obi-Wan as well too. He's probably just hovering around good. And then we've also got Shaka. So he's been in a few games. He's probably just category 3. Like he's not bad. So yeah, so it's a 4 versus 4. So I'm going to be opening up with a 9 pool here because I want to make sure I defend my team because I have 2 Terrans on the team here. Alright, so it looks like Shaka is trying to do a cannon conceal here, so he's trying to contain my allies. So good thing I went 9 pool, so that's basically 9 drones, 6 lings, and I'm also going to upgrade speed as well. So good thing I did that because the timing is going to be good to be able to wipe this out here. So I told my ally to bring all of his SCVs down just to kill those cannons so that we can beat the timing, and because of this, Shaka is going to die. So typically, guys, if you're going to do this, there's actually a way to do it so that you can contain the cannons, but I think a lot of players just don't know how to do it, unfortunately. So yeah, it looks like Shaka is going to die here. So it kind of balances out the game a little bit because we also have a pretty bad noob down at 5 o'clock here. So but nevertheless, I think Shaka, if he had stayed in the game, it would have probably been a bit more fun. Even if it was like a 3 versus 4, it still would have been a bit more fun. So alright, so he's going to get wiped out. Back at home, I'm just going to make sure I'm going to get some more Sunkens here because I do suspect that they're probably going to try to counter me because Zerg is pretty weak at the beginning. So I didn't go overpool, which means that I would typically go an Overlord and then get a much stronger economy. So I'm going to have to sacrifice things here a little bit. I am also facing 2 Zergs, so I have to make sure I micro this a little bit and just not waste my Zerglings because they're precious. So you want to make sure you have enough Zerglings on the map and not waste any Zerglings here. So the whole point of this, guys, is just to make sure that nobody's going to cannon my allies. And it's a bit risky. It's a bit of a hard job for one Zerg to have to face on the map here. But good thing we're able to take out the 1 Protoss here. So we do have 2 Terrans on the team here, so it's kind of a disadvantage. Anytime you have more than 1 Terran on the team, it's a bit of a disadvantage. So it's going to be a bit harder for us to play this. So yeah, so at this point, this pub here pretty much died. I'm not gonna bother saving him because it's really not worth it. But hopefully he can buy some time here for us. It looks like Red's trying to do a counter on me, so I'm just going to try to block. Good thing I got 4 Sunkens here, so he's going to waste all these Zerglings, which is good. So it's going to reduce the amount of units on the map here, and I did make an Evo chamber just in case, but good thing I didn't need it, so it's good. And yeah, so this pub here is going to die at the bottom. Alright, so I'm actually happy about that, that he left the game so that it looks like it's still kind of even on the map here. Now it's kind of a 3 versus 3. I did send a drone right away, so I'm not going to bother expanding here first. I'm going to expand here first so that I can get more control, and I'll get my ally here to support me as well. And then I'll get that expansion here after I see that there's mines on the map here. So I'm telling my allies, because there are 2 Zergs. One of them's probably going to go middleless, and so you just want to make sure that you contain that and you are prepared for it. So I'm just going to send a Zergling down here to scout, and it looks like there is none. So they're going Hydraless, which is kind of odd. You know, I think these guys aren't that good, so that's probably why they're not going middleless. So typically, yeah, the build order would probably be one of them going middleless, the other one going hydroless. But both of them, it looks like they are going hydroless because I don't see... I did scout here earlier, but I don't see a hydroless den. So, alright, so I'm just going to keep joining up here. You guys kind of know the drill. We've done like, I think, 3 of these by now. So, I'm just going to make sure I'm going to drone up. We want to make sure we get to 70 drones here. I am going to upgrade +1 on armor right away so that we can beat these guys in upgrades. Because the thing is, guys, when you have mass Zerglings and you have upgrades and you're beating them, they're super strong, especially when you have like more than 100. Because you can really control the amount of flow of units sent into one spot. And the hard thing about other players, such as Protoss players, is they can't send that many units into multiple spots really quickly. But you can, because Zerglings are really fast, and there's a whole swarm of them as well too. So there's an advantage, especially if you have those upgrades quick. So, all right. So I'm gonna spend a lot of money here on hatcheries, and that's the thing. If you guys really want to macro on Zerg. If you have that support, make sure you get a lot of hatcheries first, knowing obviously when and how to get it, because if you're playing against other good players, it's really hard to be able to kind of macro like this because they're probably going to do techs, they're going to harass you and whatnot. But I'm surrounded by 2 players that are going tech, so good thing I have that. All right, so I think this game we're going to try to get like maybe 15, 16 hatcheries here, and then we're gonna split them up here, so half on 1 o'clock and half at 12 o'clock here. Alright, so my ally over here is trying to contain middle. So typically this is not a good way to contain middle. You want to make sure you get turrets around. You want to make sure you siege all this up in the middle, and then you slowly develop the middle here. But the way he's got it set up here is not good because they're probably going to break into it with overlords. So, alright, so it looks like we've got drones at the natural. We got drones at 1 o'clock, and I just want to make sure I fill up all the mineral fields here at 12 o'clock as well. Alright, so lair is done, and we have +1 and +1 on armor upgraded, so it's almost done now. Or sorry, about 50%. Let's see the count on hatcheries: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, we need 10 more. So it looks like we did see middleless here. So I'm gonna have to invest into spores now. Typically, because we're going hydroless, I didn't need to, but because my ally here got pretty much taken out at middle, they were pretty much doing a 1 vs 3 on him, or sorry, 3 vs 1 on him, so he had to run back to his base here. He was trying to push into red, but that failed. So as I said, guys, like, don't try to bother. I think the thing to do is, if you are Terran, make sure you contain middle and just develop that and get a stronghold at middle. So, alright, so I am pretty much invested into just macroing here. Like, I want to make sure I get up to 70, 75 drones here. So I'm a bit worried for 3 o'clock. Yeah, because it looks like they are pushing into him. So yeah, so I can kind of see what happened here. So he should have actually reinforced his wall and got an eBay in front and put some SCVs to fix it. And also because there are middleless, you have to make sure you actually get like 3 or 4 turrets at the front here, because that's going to support you as well, because your Goliath's probably going to be spent on attacking ground units. And so if you guys are wondering how to play Terran, how to really reinforce your wall and defend it, you need to do that. So it looks like he's gonna die. I'm actually, unfortunately, it's sad to say this, but I'm actually happy about it. Because now it's gonna look like it's a bit more of a challenge for us, because now it's kind of like a 2 vs 3. So I'm actually a bit happy about that. So now we're gonna have a lot of fun ahead here, guys. So I'm sure my ally, my friend here, is probably not gonna be too happy, but I think he sort of knew that I like these challenges. So alright, so the hive is almost done, guys. We're gonna get adrenaline. +2 is on the way for armor and attacks, and we started making Zerglings now. And I have tanks at the front here, so my allies were kind enough to give me some tanks here. So finally, a game where I'm getting a bit more support. So alright, so guys, I'm only investing in Zerglings. I'm not making anything else. Think of it as almost like a challenge, guys. If you're new to the channel, guys, like, welcome. This channel is all about doing like fun troll plays and whatnot. Like, these obviously are not your typical standard builds when you're playing. So if you're new, you're probably thinking like, what am I doing? This is kind of weird. But guys, like, I'm only going to be investing in Zerglings, and we're going to try to kill players with Zerglings only. So think of it as almost kind of like a challenge. Alright, so I'm also going to get a Spire here just in case as backup. in case if obviously this fails, I'm gonna be able to kind of morph into air afterwards really quickly in case if it does fail. But you know, I don't think it will. I think we should be okay here. Might be a bit more of a challenge because it's a 2 versus 3 now, and these guys are a little bit better. Not that great or anything, but they are a little bit better. So, all right, so let's count the hatcheries, guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need a little bit more here, and we should be able to get macroing really quick. So I'm getting Nydus, guys. Something new we're going to do this game is because there are 2 Zergs on the map, I'm going to see if I can actually get some fun Nydusing on them. So I do have a Terran, and so I'm going to get my allies here to scan for me and see if I can squeeze in some Nyduses here. They are pretty fun, so let's see how that turns out here, guys. All right, Spire is done. Nyduses are done as well. I can't spread my overlords because there are mutalisks everywhere, unfortunately, because typically I would spread them so I can get vision. All right, so he scanned 9 o'clock for me. I'm going to put a Nydus right here. Let's see if he doesn't see it. If he doesn't, then I'm going to be super lucky, but unfortunately he sees it. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Yeah, we need a distraction. We need some sort of action to keep him occupied here, because this is kind of out in the open and nothing else is going on here. So I'm going to see if I can get another Nydus down here. Not sure if I can actually fit it right here, but let's give it a shot anyways. Because, yeah, it doesn't work. Because the thing is, like, when you're... I'm playing on a 4K 42-inch TV. And everything's kind of blown up, so it's hard for me to see if it's actually in aspect ratio for the range of sunkens. So that's why. All right, so we have, let's check the fruit supply, guys. So we've got 183/200. All right, I'm gonna scan 7 o'clock. I told my ally to scan 7 o'clock here. Let's see if I can squeeze another Nydus down at 7. See if he doesn't see it. Let's see if we're lucky, guys. All right, so we're not lucky. These guys are a little bit better, so they're definitely going to catch those. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to have to make a distraction here. So I have one base at 1 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send some Zerglings down to 5 o'clock, make a distraction, and then I'll send another batch at 12 o'clock here, and I'm going to go attack 9 o'clock. Because I have so much money, I can remake a lot of Zerglings. So what I'm going to do is while they're occupied at 5 and also 9, they're going to try to save him. I'm going to then Nydus 7 o'clock, and then we're going to push into 7 o'clock with the Nydus and also Zerglings from the front as well too, because I think these guys are going to spend a lot of units trying to chase after my Zerglings and trying to save 5 or 9. So let's see how this plan works, guys. So I'm going to send a bunch of Zerglings down to 5 o'clock here, and so it looks like they've got some defense down here. There are lurkers as well, so let's see if I can still make Zerglings come through, make a distraction. Hopefully they just chase those Zerglings, and then from the top I'm also going to send a bunch to go 9 o'clock here. So they're going to have to make a decision to see if they want to save 5 or if they want to save 9, and then my ally's also going to make a push. So yeah, so we'll take all these drones, we'll take out maybe the main hatchery here. So yeah, it looks like they made the decision to go save 5, and now 9 o'clock is open, so I'm going to send all the Zerglings from 12 o'clock here all the way to 9 o'clock. So I am at +2, guys, so these Zerglings are super strong. There's pretty much nothing to stop them over at 9 o'clock here. There's no lurkers, there's no mutalisks. Okay, so we made that distraction. That was successful. We took out one hatchery down here and a bunch of drones, and now we're going to take out 9 o'clock. And while they're busy at 9 o'clock, simultaneously, we're going to make a Nydus at 7 here. So I'm going to get my ally here to scan 7, and I'm going to Nydus 7. Just waiting for this Nydus to be done here, guys. So I'm going to use all the Zerglings from 12 to go into the Nydus, and all the Zerglings from 1 to go into 7 o'clock. So I'm going to take out this hive here. Alright, I'm going to tell my ally to scan 7 now because the Nydus is done. So, alright, so he scanned it. I'm going to put the Nydus right beside this hatchery. So maybe it kind of camouflages on the mini-map so he doesn't see it. Alright, so I'm going to wait for that to be done, and then I'll pretty much put all these Zerglings into this one Nydus here, and I don't need to wait for these Zerglings. I'm gonna send these Zerglings now, and we're gonna send maybe like 100, maybe 80 from the front, and we're gonna send 80 from the back here. So Nydus is done, guys. Let's do this. You didn't see it. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. All right, so 80 Zerglings from the back, and then 80 Zerglings from the front here, and it looks like Pink is sending carries to help him. So pretty much we're gonna wipe out the front here, guys, and we're gonna wipe out his main base as well too. And then my ally is also targeting 9 o'clock here. Pretty much 9 was finished, but he can clean that up. And looks like there's also a base at 3 o'clock here, so I'll send some Zerglings to 3 as well. So the great thing about Zerglings, guys, is like there's so many of them and you can remake them so quick. So you can pretty much send Zerglings all over the map, everywhere. And it's so hard for players to kind of keep track of it. Or like right now, I'm sending Zerglings to, I'm going to send some Zerglings to 5 o'clock as well. And I'm sending Zerglings to 6 o'clock. So we're going to take out this expansion here. They are +3 now, guys, so it is super strong. So just going to keep sending Zerglings, guys. Like there's so many on the map here. Alright, and these carriers, let's see if they're upgraded. He's even got an Arbiter as well, too. I can't see if they're upgraded, unfortunately. But he's got nothing to defend this. He's got like a few Zealots, but that's it, guys. Like, he is screwed. So this was a 2 vs 3. Remember, guys, like at the end, because our ally unfortunately died and we couldn't help him. Well, I kind of didn't want to, unfortunately. Because I wanted to make it a bit more epic. But just remember, it was a 2 vs 3, so they thought they had this in the bag. They thought they won this. So now he's faced with a big surprise here. Like, he has carriers, but they're not enough to kill this many Zerglings. And we're going to send some Zerglings to 3 o'clock. We're going to send Zerglings to 5 o'clock here as well. And they are just everywhere. Like, he can't save himself. He can't save his allies at the same time, so... yeah, it must be super frustrating. It's just they're all over the map. And I think Zerg at 7 is still in the game here, guys. So we'll send some Zerglings down there shortly after as well. Just want to make sure I finish these off first, so then Pink can be eliminated, and then we don't have to worry about these carries anymore. So Red is also finished. Now he doesn't have a base at 9 anymore. We pretty much cleaned that up. And look at the map, guys. Like, there's just Zerglings everywhere. And that's it. Obi-Wan left. He was red. And Pink here is probably like a bit disappointed because he's like, I have this many carriers, but I can't really use them because I'm occupied on defending. And so Stimmed Up here is, yeah, he called GG. Like, even though he's got carriers, he can't kill these Zerglings because there's just too many, and there's such a high upgrade that it's hard to attack all of them at once. So, alright guys, there you have it. This one was pretty quick. It was a bit kind of dramatic because it looked like we had lost this. But I knew that it would be a pretty fun game, so hopefully you guys got to enjoy this. Yet another fun 200 or 300 Zerglings actually this time, because we made quite a bit here. So hopefully you guys got to enjoy that. Guys, drop some funny thoughts, comments, memes, any ideas you guys have as well too. I love them. If you guys are new to the channel, guys, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out any fun troll plays games that we're gonna have. And as always, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.